So the question is, what's the best compliment someone can pay a casting director, and what's the worst?
I mean, I love it when people mention the casting on films that I've worked on.
Yeah.
You know, and
me too, especially when the casting is so specific and they
Yeah.
really are eloquent about saying when you cast that role or this family, you know, rather than, oh, I like it when you cast, which is great. Nothing's wrong with that. But they're really invested in the craft
and
of
that
casting.
they've even noticed it.
Right.
You know, I don't want it to stick out, but it's nice to
Exactly.
for it to be noticed.
Exactly. Or especially when it's someone that is hired in their younger years and they've gone on to have quite a career and they're like, we saw that you cast so-and-so,
Yeah.
you know.
Don't you, when I see a really good old film, I'm like, who was the casting director
Yes.
on that? Because man, look at where all these little kiddies have gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or a day player role and
Yeah.
now it's, whomever, whatever, yeah.
It's fun to look back at films like that and be like, wow, they knew who was good at the time or who had potential. Yeah.
I agree. The worst for me, and this happens once in a while, is someone who's checking our availability to hire a casting director, and they start the conversation with, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I have a film. I'm absolutely capable of casting it by myself, but I just wanted to check to see if you were available and how much it would cost. Although, I could absolutely cast it myself, so...
Thank you, I'm not available.
Yeah, exactly. Because why are you calling if you really think you can do it yourself?
And we're probably not going to have a creative working relationship together.
Exactly. As well, because there's no respect. Respect for other crafts, period. Regardless if even this personal, it's just, you're looking to hire someone.
Yeah.
So you need to value who you're hiring.
I completely agree. I probably don't continue on with those conversations. The other thing is being referred to as a casting agent.
Oh, yes.
And when you get those requests, and I think we're not even on the same,
No, we're not playing in the same field at all. Because, as I've said a bunch of times, but let's do it now. Why not? A casting director works for production.
Yes.
And a talent agent works for an actor. And they negotiate with each other. So if you call yourself a casting agent, you are doing both jobs. It is taking money from both sides, and it is unethical. And to me, it is like being an attorney who is representing your client and also then jumping up and being the judge. And you're doing both things, and that's a major conflict of interest. And so no franchised talent agency would also be a CSA casting director or casting company. That doesn't
And
work.
I have been an agent, and I have been a casting director, and I was not doing the same job in either of those.
No.
There's not
separate.
crossover. They have different skill sets, but also different things that they take care of.
And there's one, which I've just learned recently, there's one instance in which the phrase casting agent is used, and that is extras casting that we refer to in the US. In England, casting agents are those extras casting companies.
For background and atmosphere.
For background and atmosphere, who are the agents because they're paid by the number of actors, they're paid a percentage. And so that's the common utilized term. But it's amazing how much it is rampant in this country. And so when someone calls and says, I would like to hire a casting agent, I first give them my little speech.
Right.
And then when they say again, well, I was just looking for a casting agent, or they use it again later, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because it's a casting director or a talent agent.
I agree.
So that would be the worst. And then the other best for me is when someone works with my company, or maybe it's even a first time that a director has used a casting director, when they say, we will never do another project without hiring a casting director. Without you or without a casting director, which both are great. I mean, when it's without you, it's really great.
Yeah.
But assuming you had a good experience.
Yeah. And this is moving it forward a little bit in a different direction. We both have had tons of casting assistants. Mm-hmm. And when you see them move on, to do projects for themselves, that's a big compliment too.
That's a great big compliment. When anyone, and we're so proud, and you and I have worked with a lot of the same people too, and there are a lot of them that are often really big, fun, exciting careers, making a name for themselves, and it's really wonderful. That's exciting. A great compliment. You're right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.